I will be talking about the process and my experience on my application process here in or how. Why am I moving? Minasan, konnichiwa. Hi, my name is Faith and I am an ALT here in Japan. So a lot of people have been asking me and messaging me how I was able to get to Japan and be an English teacher. So in today's video, I will be telling my experience and also the step-by-step process so that I am here now in Japan. But before anything else, I hope that everyone is safe in their home. Please stay at home so that you know, this virus would end soon. And of course, if you have nothing to do at home, this might be a great opportunity for you if you're really planning or you are aspiring to be an ALT here in Japan. So there's a lot of things that you can do while at home, including like you can apply for an online English teaching position, because that is also one of the requirements, so that you will have an English teaching experience if you really would like to be an ALT or an English teacher here in Japan. And yep, so let's start. So before I start on the process that I did on my case, just a little disclaimer that I will be talking about the process in the Philippines. So these are for the Filipinos that are currently residing in the Philippines and would like to teach in Japan. So I'm not gonna speak about the Western or the native speakers who would like to be an ALT in Japan, because of course this is based on my experience. So there are many ways on how you could be an ALT here in Japan. But there are only three that I know, which is the AET, the JET program, which is a government-to-government process, and the next one is the private dispatch company, which I belong to. So from this dispatch agency, I processed everything and then I was able to get to Japan. So what I did for the very first time was actually research. I researched a lot. I watched a lot of videos here in YouTube, just like what you are doing right now. And after watching, of course, I need to research for everything that I was able to get, or the information that I got from the YouTuber. When I am so sure about the agency where to apply to, and it's not gonna scam me, or they're not gonna scam me, because you know there's a lot of scammers that are not really good, and I've also experienced that back then. Anyways, yeah. So after that, of course, I read on their website, of course, before you apply or before you enter good opportunity that you're thinking about, you need to be sure of it. So I read everything, and lucky you, because I will just be including the link below in the description box, so that you don't really need to search for it. Just click on the link and it will route you to the Chesham. So my agency is Chesham Recruitment Inc. And everything that you need to know about how to apply also will be in there. So let us start. I'm a degree holder. I graduated Bachelor of Arts in English. And if you are with the same bachelor's degree as me, then you can definitely apply for the position. Also, if you are a graduate of education, that's really gonna be considered. But do not be discouraged, because if you're holding a diploma in journalism, mass communication, theater arts, psychology, philosophy, humanities, liberal arts, and international relations, also if you're holding a bachelor's degree in sociology and you have an experience in English teaching, then you will also be considered. And for those who have a degree in nursing, engineering, business, media, and advertising, marketing, human resources, accounting, finance, IT, chemistry, and such, I really do apologize, but the are not considering those courses or those degree, even if you're holding a postgraduate English language teaching degree, or if you possess an English language teaching certification or a Philippine teacher license and you really have relevant English language teaching experience, I really do apologize, but you will not be considered. Why? Because the Japanese immigration authorities apply restrictions in granting of the required instructor visa to Philippine-based AET candidates for the Japanese public school system. So that is in relation to the primary educational diploma course which has been undertaken through a minimum years of study. You will know more about it later on. So okay, so I've already researched. I've read the requirements in the Chesham's website. Now I submitted my resume to the agency, to their email address. So there is a required a resume format that you will also be able to see in their website. And so I submitted my resume last November 4th, 2018. And I was able to get a reply after a month, December 5, 2018. So they are actually inviting me for a free orientation seminar that will happen on April 30, 2019. So like a couple of months have passed. Here comes the most awaited time. So in the orientation, we're like 18 or like 20 applicants that are in there. So there you will have a little like the director will definitely orient you. So he's an Irish director, and you don't really need to feel pressure because he is such, he has a really good sense of humor, so you're gonna enjoy the orientation for sure. And then of course in the orientation you will also undergo in a English language proficiency assessment test. So in that test, it's gonna be easy. There will be like grammar exam and it'll be multiple choice, so that's gonna be just 1 to 10, and after that you need to finish an essay. But my tip for you guys is make it simple as you can. Like for example, there will be a statement like my favorite fruit is blank blank blank, and you just need to complete the paragraph and then that's it. But the director is actually looking for simple English, because you know, if you'll be teaching here in Japan, even though you'll be teaching like elementary, high school, senior high school, of course they will be like beginner level, and of course they're starting to learn English first, so the extravagant word or kind of complicated words will not be that welcome in their level of learning or studying. So it is really better for you to use just be genuine in it, just be true to yourself. Do not make it complicated. Just that it. And I remember that I really got a compliment from my director when he reviewed the result, and he was like, you really had such a good English, like you use simple words and it's just perfect. So I'm so happy to hear about that, because I was really nervous when I was doing that essay, because of course, especially if you graduated with a language degree, and then of course you tend to like write or complicate things, like you're thinking of extravagant word like that, and well, I was able to do it. So yeah, and of course you'll be able to do it as well. And yeah, so after that, if you pass it, then you will now go to the accent assessment test. In accent assessment test, they will ask you, or the director will ask you to read a paragraph, and then of course he will test your accent. If you have the native speaker accent, it's called like that. Like of course they don't want you to be reading like this is because the Japanese immigration authority. It's not like that, of course. You need to be so confident You just need to be confident and read the paragraph like this, this is because the Japanese immigration authorities apply restrictions in the granting of the required instructor visa to blah yada yada yada. So just that it. And if you pass that, now they will email you your schedule for the Chesham interview and the video demonstration. So that's the next step. Okay, so on your interview day, so the director will conduct an interview with you one-on-one, and you don't really need to be nervous. Remember, always be confident and genuine whenever you're asking the questions. Anyway, they will be emailing you a lot of handouts so that you can study for the interview. And do not be shocked if your interview will last between 1 to 2 hours, because mine lasts for almost 2 hours. But I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking with the director. He will make the interview as light as possible, and then after that he will tell you his insight about you, and he's gonna write a letter to the company here in Japan regarding the interview on how it went. So once you pass the interview, then you will be doing the video demonstrations. So there will be 3 video demonstrations to do. First one is your introduction to yourself, and the next one will be the paragraph, the same paragraph that you read on your accent assessment test. So of course after that there will be the demonstration, which you will be doing a demo with the topic that was provided to you. Actually, they'll be giving you 2 topics, and you were gonna choose one of those 2 topics, and then yeah, you just need to be prepared for it. And just keep in mind that in all of this video demonstration that you are doing, you are being tested. So we just need to be careful on your accent, and when reading the material, when introducing yourself, and of course when you're teaching, you really need to be, when you're doing a demonstration, because there will be no one, only the staff that is doing the video for you or capturing the video for you will be there. So you need to imagine that you're teaching kindergarten, and you need to be really genki or really energetic so that you can capture that, because the company in Japan, which is Interact, they're gonna watch the video. So after that, yeah, as I was saying, they're gonna read the interview, how it went, and then they're gonna watch your video demonstration. So if you passed, then congratulations, and you will now need to complete the requirements that the agency will be processing in the embassy. So Interact, the company in Japan, and the agency, which is Chesham, will be working together so that you will be able to work in Japan as an ALT. So yes, after that, you just need to finish all the documentation. What you need, so of course, first and foremost, you need to have your diploma, your TOR, your NBI clearance, and a copy of your non-professional's driver's license, or if you have a professional driver's license, yep, you need those. And also, I need to mention that it is really a requirement that you have a driver's license. So if you are planning to work here, you need to make sure that you know how to drive. If you don't know, you need to study now so that you can get a driver's license, because you might be assigned to a driving position, which you will be needing of course, driver's license. So you'll need an international driving permit later on. So yeah, that's a requirement, because you don't know where you will be assigned, whether a driving position or not. But of course, you need to be ready, and the agency is requiring all of the applicants to have a driver's license. And you also need a copy of Form 137 from your elementary and high school, including the high school and elementary diploma. And aside from that, you also need to prove your you need to give them the evidence of your driving competency. So it's just a letter that you need to accomplish and send to them. Even your competency and basic Japanese language skills, like that, if you know how to speak in Japanese or not. So you just need to send them a letter so that they'll be informed. It's just like a word from you. So yeah, also you need a 4x3 and 4x3 and 4x3 compliant with Chesham's dress code photograph. So after that, if you have a copy of international recognized English teaching courses, if you have TESOL, TFL, then you might want to include that. But it's not, of course, it's not a requirement, but it is an advantage. Same as if you have studied Japanese, then if you have a certificate, but guys, do not be disheartened because it's not a requirement that you know, even though you do not know any of the Japanese or Japanese language, then you're gonna be good, because they just need that you speak as a native level. And yeah, but if you have, that will be an advantage, of course. Always think of the edge. And next, this is very important. You need to have the letter in the strict format provided by Chesham, the formatted English as a medium of instruction. So you should have from your elementary, high school, and college. So that is strictly really one of the requirement that you need to accomplish, because it is needed for your visa processing as well. So they need at least, I believe, like 12 years of studying using the English as a medium of instruction. So it's just like that. And yep, so after that, you need to get the copy of your LTO certification of your Philippine driver's license. So it's just the details of when you apply your license. So I think that is actually 100 pesos that you need to get from the LTO. Yep. So if you have completed this requirement, also you need to have your medical examination. And then after that, you need to finish the POEA online process, which I can also include the link below. And after that, yeah, that is the registration process and yada yada yada. And then the agency now will be processing your visa, your overseas exit clearance, and hand in hand they will be working with Interact, because the Interact will also manage the issuance of your Japanese resident card. And of course, after that, you'll be attending PEOS, and then you will be having the final orientation briefing or final departure briefing at the Chesham's office, and yeah, your initial training in Japan. So, you know, this might be a very long process, but I really encourage you, or I highly encourage you that try it. Do not be discouraged, because, you know, when I first applied for this, I know what I was entering, and I was like, I will be taking this opportunity because it's really a new journey. It's going to be a new journey for me. And of course, this for me, I always ask guidance whenever I am taking a new step in my life. So yeah, if you're the same as me, then yeah, pray for it and really ask for it. And then if it's gonna be for you, then it's gonna be for you. You will be here in Japan. So yeah, so just a little advice, because, you know, I knew a lot of teachers and who have challenges. Also me, I have challenges when I was getting all the requirements. But as early as possible, if you could process everything, then it will be good for you, so that you won't think about anything, and you just need to wait for the necessary document in order for you to fly to Japan. So yeah, that is all, and that is all for now. If this has been informative for you, please subscribe and like this video. And if you have suggestions, comments, or questions, please do not hesitate to comment down below. And please follow me also on my Instagram account, Twitter account, that I'll be including below. And that is all. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day and keep safe, everyone. Bye!